So we got to take this even more somber level. You said you were really angry and confused that God took away the best dad ever. Could you talk about that more?
Yeah, I don't think God took him away.
Hmm.
I don't believe in that. I think God allows things to happen, and this happened to him. I think the world, it's unfortunate that there's some people that can just play with fire 24/7 and be total assholes in the world and nothing ever happens to him. I think that's more. And then you got a guy that was pretty perfect on almost every single level but dealt with addiction. That was like the darkest demon, and that guy on a first overdose dies. But then you have these other people that are like, I overdosed 50 freaking times,
Sure.
and I just got Narcaned, and I'm this and I'm that. Or we talked about like that the drug addict that has 15 babies, and then the sweet family that can't for their life,
Can't conceive,
you know,
no.
that type of thing. It's more of a, I don't understand why it had to happen to him, I guess. But I don't blame God, because I refuse to be somebody that's like, my cat died, so I can't believe in God. Things happen in the world. It just is a discouraging. I could think of 4 other people that should have been in line for this first, and why, and also kind of why me, right? Like, my dad died young, the love of my life died young, like another love of my life died young. Don't even ever talk about that one.
I'm not going to go on any cruises with you.
No, yeah, that guy got cancer. It was sad. But it was actually after a trip to Mexico.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. But no, it's just, you do go through those. Like, you know, I can't be beat up that much for making some dumb mistakes, right? Like, everyone makes mistakes. Most of my life is pretty darn good. And I work hard, and I think I'm a good human being, and I love others, and I'm giving. When is it my time to not have trauma type of thing? And then trauma of my own doing, right? Like a relapse and things like that.
So with Travis?
Yep.
Okay. So when like one of my very good friends passed away, it was 25, so it would have been like the beginning of 24. Like after 2 days, you know, sitting in lots of rooms, processing, thinking, you know, finally listening to some music that reminded me of him, so I could like really like go through it.
Right.
Crying, lots of tears. I woke up one morning, it was like 7 a.m., and I looked at Estelle and I go, he knew exactly what he was doing, and he knew what he needed to do to be here. So he made this choice, and while it makes me super angry, all he had to do was how him and I met, right? In that like consistency thing. And I was able to like kind of put it that he's not gone. I have pieces to remind him by. He's always around. And that individual for me was, we were working on a big sales marketing thing for my company together, because that's what he was into.
Yeah.
And so I feel like my way of working through this now, obviously it's not a partner, but we were pretty tight, like talking multiple times a week for like an hour on the phone, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
By me continuing on this road, I'm like putting his, you know, that memory in play, you know, and yeah, but why? Because the best ones burn bright. I'm telling you, like they burn bright.
Yeah.
That's what like Jared, like the dude burned bright. Anytime he walked in a room, you like that funny. You'd laugh every time you see, like, you know, those
Right.
types.
Yeah.
And like, it's like when my buddy Tyson passed away when I was in 18. He was that guy that everybody loved, everybody liked. Whether you were a nerd, the fat kid, popular jock, he talked to everyone, right?
Yeah.
So by 18, he burned bright. You know, that's like, it's like this thing. Why? I was like, I always ask why. I was like, because certain people, it's just like they're so powerful that they have this opportunity to teach someone another lesson too, even if it's at the expense of their own life.
Yeah. It's crazy because so I said, like, why does this happen? But I forgot actually not being mad again at God, because there were so many weird things that happened the night. So Travis went to a meeting. People thought he seemed high. but didn't want to bother me with it again because we just had the ultimatum like a month before, right? And then I was texting him a lot because we were watching a show. He put a TV show on and paused it, said, I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom. And he would always go down. It's like, again, in hindsight, like, were you just grooming? Like, but he would just be on YouTube, go in the bathroom, like, whatever. It wasn't a big deal. Finally, I'm like texting him, said, like, are we watching the show? Like, what's going on? Okay, so my third text was all of a sudden the phone vibrates right here. Like, the whole time I thought he had the phone down there. It was just like ignoring me. And then my mom tells me that she had this overwhelming sensation to call me at 10:43 or whatever. And she didn't or whatever. Cause she's like, that's weird. Get it out of your mind. And that's like when I was on the phone with 911. But she didn't have the overwhelming thing to call me at 9:45 when I could have walked downstairs. Or I could have heard the first phone buzz. Like all these things, right? That if they would have went just a little bit of a different way. Or the fact that...
Butterfly effect.
Yeah. Or that he kissed me earlier and I was like, have you been drinking? And he's like, no, I just had dry mouth. My mouth, you know, like something like he did mouthwash when he came in from work. It was like a couple things, right? Where if I would have pushed harder and I just didn't want to have to do another UA, right? So like there's all these things. And I was like, oh, well, it's his time. Because all these things could have went differently and they didn't. So I had this like weird acceptance, super sad, but this acceptance thing that then led to the whole like, I'm going to save somebody else from this. So then I went in Savior hard, which is when my TikTok blew up. I look back to like, just because I was looking for something else, I was like, oh man, I mean, all my videos, not just the ones I have few I pinned, like all of them, huge traction. But then it was just so depressing. It's so sad. So I was stuck in this grief, right? But like, I have to save somebody. And then I didn't save myself and crashed and burned. And that's when I had like my first big in AA relapse, right? And then it was just like, and then I was ashamed and my platform was sobriety. Didn't want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like this whole thing. Now I'm so far past it. I'm just like, this is my journey. Whatever. Hiding anything's never going to have you achieve the outcome you want to achieve.
That's true.
Yeah.